Alright, well, that typhoon up north is causing some wind. This is light wind. You should have seen the banana leaves blowing before this came. We had a little brief period that wasn't raining much. It was light, but the wind keeps picking up. When those leaves get standing straight out, that's about 40 kilometers an hour, I've figured out. And, right now, probably about 15 to 20 kilometers per hour wind. It's blowing pretty good. I mean, look at my elephant ears right here. They're lifting and things like that. And those are heavy. Those leaves are heavy. They're big, taller than me. All right. So it's been kind of a interesting time here since my last video. We've had quite a bit of things going on here. We had a typhoon hit the western part of the Philippines, and I'll tell you how that happened. We had a low pressure area. We get those all the time. A lot of, if you look at the map, it shows lows and highs. You'll see low pressure areas all around the Philippines. But it started forming around the Marianas Islands, which are north of Guam, south of Okinawa, and the Japanese islands. There's a chain of islands that go all through there. If you do your World War II history, you'll know that was quite involved during World War II as we were taking back the Pacific. This low pressure area is just kind of a scattered thing. It didn't really have any formation. It was moving at a northwest clip. And it never really hit the Philippines, but, it brought a lot of rain and things to Visayas, Cebu, Negros, Leyte, those places, eastern Philippine, Luzon. But it continued north. But as it got closer to the top of Luzon, it started forming into a tropical storm. It crossed over the north part of Luzon, offshore, but across Batanes Islands. Those are the islands that are halfway in between northern Luzon and Taiwan, but still part of the Philippines. And typhoons seem to always go right over the top of there. But this at the time was still just a tropical storm. It was heading west. Now, they don't normally head west. They normally head northeast. But this one crossed over west, and it made a U-turn. When it made that U-turn, it caught the Habagat, which is the southwest monsoon. It's coming up subtropical, warm, moist air, which brings a lot of rain here to the Luzon. Happy Habagat, right? But when it made that U-turn, that Habagat really spun that thing up. Man, it turned into a typhoon almost within about 3 hours. Just boom, there it was. So it came back in, hit the western part of Luzon in Pangasinan and Ilocos Norte. Now, Pangasinan is about 120 miles or 200 kilometers north of us. Part of the reason I live here is we do not get directly hit by typhoons. We get the rain, we get some wind, but we don't get the typhoon. It's got to be a certain wind speed and certain intensity and stuff. Yeah, we don't get that. I mean, we get rain, but yeah, whatever. It's the rainy season. That's June to October. And it clobbered that. They said it was like the third hardest storm typhoon that had hit the west part of the Philippines, western part of Luzon. And then it hits the mountains, the Sierra Madre mountains that go up and down the spine of Luzon, and it fell apart. But as it crossed over and went back out into the Philippine Sea on the east, there was another low pressure area that had come up from Guam, and it hit that, and it spun it up again. I think they called it Emong, and it went right for Taiwan, and man, it clobbered Taiwan. But then Taiwan's got mountains go up and down the spine of Taiwan, north to south. And once it hits that, it falls apart. But still, they get hit pretty good. And I think they were getting hit with like 1,000 millimeters of water per day. That is a lot of water. It's like turning a fire hose on. Anyway,
it affected the Habagat, which normally brings all the rain and stuff. I've shown you the southeast part from my door, and that's the head end of Manila Bay and over towards Subic, which is farther east. Um, excuse me, farther west. I get my north, south, east, and west without mountains here. Whatever. Anyway, it affected the Habagat, and it just turned it off for us. But it made the Habagat make a straight beeline for Hong Kong. Oh my goodness, they got like 6 days of solid, heavy Habagat rain. They had flooding and everything else. It was terrible. A friend of mine lives is an OFW. That's an overseas foreign worker in Hong Kong. She was saying, "Oh my goodness, we're flooding everywhere." I says, "Hey, happy Habagat. Now you know what we've been through for like 9 straight days, but we don't get flooding here. That's the other reason I moved here. We're flood free. We're typhoon free." Okay, do your research. No sense swimming everywhere you go, right? Having to bail out your house or lose everything in there every time it rains. I don't know why people do that. But anyway, so we had a period of about 4.5 good days, and all because of the typhoon. I'm telling you, weather, I talk about the weather a lot, and I know this is only my second rainy season here, but it's still a phenomenon that fascinates me. So pardon me for going on about that. But after it went through, we had some beautiful days.
Other than wind, which we've had like 3 or 4 days of breeze, hardly any clouds way down south. There's a few clouds. Nothing threatening. There's one over here in the west. Doesn't look too bad. Some high cirrus clouds, but yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yesterday was pretty warm. It's 31 degrees. Let's see what today is. I think we're at 30 right now. What is that strange light in the sky? Rumor has it that it's the moon. But look at this. What's accompanying it? Stars. You don't know how long it's been since I've seen stars in the sky. This is the rainy season. And for over 2 weeks, we had nothing but rain. As you probably saw in my last couple of videos. I'm always complaining about the rain, right? I don't know why. I mean, it's crystal clear with my eye to see the moon, but it's all fuzzy looking through here. But at the same time, I can see the stars a lot better. All these stars right here, I can't see them with my naked eye, but I can see them through my camera lens. So, like I said, over 2 weeks, we seem to have had nothing but rain. And then, here a little over a week ago, we got a typhoon that came through about 200 kilometers north of me. And that broke the pattern of the Habagat. Remember, Habagat is the southwest monsoon. No, monsoon, yes, rain. It brings all that moisture and the heat right up out of the subtropics down close to the equator, and from the Indian Ocean and that area down there, and it comes through the subtropics and comes right back to us from the southwest. Hits us pretty good. We get a lot of rain, so that's why they call it the rainy season. But that typhoon broke the pattern of the Habagat. In fact, after the typhoon cleared Pangasinan, like I said, about 200 kilometers north of here, we had like 18 hours of no rain, and it was beautiful. And then even the next day, on Sunday, was nice. And I rode my motorcycle to church last Sunday. Let's see if I can even see it. I've got my porch lights off, but I just got back from church on Sunday, and it started raining. I was covering the bike up, and the rain came. Yeah, so you can barely see it over there. But yeah, I mean, look at that. really cool. The lights, like I say, you can see it a lot better than I can. The light, and I don't know what causes that. South of here, in this direction, is San Fernando, and even in this direction, looking past the banana tree, is Manila, and then over this direction, where that star is up there, that's the head of Manila Bay. It comes up on the east side of Bataan Peninsula, and yeah, we get a lot of storms come up out of that way too. So yeah, this is west, looking over here, and again, this is south. So this is the direction that most of the habagat comes, and it blows right up against my door when the wind picks up. But right now it's dead calm. Earlier today we had breezy conditions. Yesterday was breezy. This is the second day in a row no rain, and I'm looking at the weather forecast. No rain tomorrow. So I will be going to church on my trusty steed right here. Yeah, the more time I get on the motorcycle, the more I'm loving it. I was a little intimidated by it with all the traffic and stuff, but you watch enough Filipinos and see how they get around all of it on their motorcycles and scooters. This is definitely not a scooter. It's much bigger than a scooter. But watch how they do and stuff. And yeah, I mean, you got to be a little Evel Knievel, I guess. I don't know, a little bit daredevil to get through it. But yeah, I'm loving this tonight. We actually had our highest two temperatures yesterday and today. Yesterday, I think I got up to 32. Today, I think I got up to 33. Conversion there, but yeah, I'm loving it. Tomorrow's supposed to be good. Might be a little bit cloudy, but we'll see. But no rain is forecast on either one of my weather apps, and I use two of them. And I have a meteorologist that I follow on YouTube, Westpac WX, Western Pacific Weather, and he's not even saying anything's happening, not even habagat here. So we are probably going to get lucky for a few days. And yeah, it's the rainy season, but that doesn't mean it has to rain every day. You listening up there, big guy? Yeah, it doesn't have to rain every day just because it's the rainy season. Thank you very much. Amen. All right. Sorry. Almost ready to go.
So I went to church and had a little surprise. I was nominated to help with a ministry, an outreach ministry. So that was confirmed. It's a calling. I'm more busy now with church than what I've ever been, and I'm loving it. I've got church on Sunday, obviously. And on Wednesday, I've got this outreach ministry work. Right now, Pastor is assisting me until I can get to a point where I can handle it myself. Pastor and I were very close. I would call us ourselves friends, but he's still a mentor, and I respect him for that. Now, we're the same age, basically. Okay, so he's a few months older, just a little bit. But we are still close, and he sees something in me that I didn't see in myself, and it's given me a lot of confidence, and it's been very rewarding. It's been inspiring. And then on Friday night, we have a video men's group that we get together and we discuss biblical things and things. So, yeah, I'm kind of busy with church too. So, here's a couple of little quick pictures of what went on that Sunday, the Sunday before last. So, like I said, it's been a while since I made a video, but yeah. So then Wednesday, Pastor and we went to this other location. Now it's basically in a clubhouse, just a group of people that get together from all over Pampanga, come in. We have a dinner. We fellowship with people. We get to meet new people. Uh, we help them with any of their spiritual needs and whatever. And we find out if they need anything else, and then we arrange to have that taken care of. I mean, it's what Christians do, and I'm very happy to be part of that. There's a little quick clip, and just I just scanned around with the people that were there. Then on top of all that, I've also been trying to do some cooking and some baking. Now, about a month and a half ago, I made some pandesal and took that to church. We had a potluck dinner, so I shared that with the congregation. I don't know why they still talk about that. Maybe they're just not used to a man cooking or baking, whatever. But I've been trying some Filipino dishes. Uh, let's expand our repertoire. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? When in Philippines, try to do what the Filipinos do. Ride your motorcycle like you're crazy, whatever. Drive your car like you just don't care. Yeah, I can do all that. Anyway, so you saw the last video, hopefully, where I made Filipino corned beef and cabbage. I've made that twice now. I didn't vlog the second time, but it's coming out better each time I try it. Now, tried recently arroz caldo. That is like a porridge. Arroz is Spanish for rice. Caldo is Spanish for chicken. So it's a chicken rice meal. I was at the grocery store. I was picking up some last minute supplies before all my pesos ran out. And I saw this packet, as seasoning packet, and it's for arroz caldo. Now I'm aware of the meal and everything. So I thought, I read the instructions and seemed pretty simple. So I went and grabbed a couple of chicken breasts from the meat section, went home and gave it a try. And, hey, I like to say that was mostly a success. I did forget ginger. I did forget spring onions for garnish on top. Okay, sue me. You learn as you go. So next time I make it, I'll have ginger and I'll have spring onions, and we'll make it a lot better. So here's the arroz caldo. And then I tried, I had one chicken breast left over. And while I was at the store, I bought some big potatoes, which in the US, they'd be standard potatoes. But here, a potato is about this big around. Same with the onions. Same with the tomatoes. Okay, so yeah, everything's not bigger in the Philippines. No, I'm not going to go there. No. But yeah, then I made chicken breast with some homemade French fries. So I decided I wanted some French fries with my dinner tonight. I'm gonna have fried chicken and decided fresh cut French fries would work. This is my French fry cutter. It's industrial type, and it's got the little head here that comes off. It's got grids in there to cut these fries. Just put your potato in there, pull it down. Now this isn't mounted, so it's not going to work as well as if it was mounted. So I got to hold it. But it makes these French fries pretty quick. And yeah, I had to go and get these at the market. I can get large, decent-sized French potatoes. Got a bunch of them, about 2 kilos of them, which, what, a little over 4.5 pounds, somewhere around there. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this. All right, just like that. These are all ready to go. Yeah, this thing's heavy too, by the way. So, there they are, all perfectly cut, just the right size, right? I'm going to boil these up for about 5 minutes, and then I'm putting them in the oven. And we're going to have French fries for dinner, along with my fried chicken. And then I had to make some more pan de sal, one of my favorites. I also made some bread. You know, when it's raining and things a lot, you can't go out and do things. You know, no journeys under weather conditions like that. And, you know, journeys cost money. So I'm cheap. I had to wait till after the first of the month before I could plan another journey. That's coming up. But last Saturday, I decided to make some cookies. So word's kind of spread back to Ortigas. That's the Metro Manila church that I've been traveling to for well over a year and attended online for 7 months before that. I was part of the men's fellowship group. You know, it's networking. It's just all of the men. You've got deacons, elders, just regular church members. A couple of pastors are involved, and they found out about my appointment here in Angeles or Angeles, however you want to pronounce it. They found out about that. So my former growth group leader, co-leader, he reached out to me. He says, "Hey Jerry," he says, "you live in Pampanga." He says, "Brother Chad, another one of our members and good friend, has helped develop an app." You know, apps, those things on your phone that I never can get to work right. He developed an app in Kapampangan. Now, Kapampangan is the local dialect here. Yeah, like 70 dialects throughout the Philippines, okay? And Joe is from, or as we call him, Bong. He is originally from Bulacan. Now, Bulacan is a province that's between Pampanga and Manila, and there they speak a mix of Tagalog and Kapampangan, so he's familiar with the language. But Chad, who has been a missionary here for decades, he's younger than I am. He came here young, but in the mid 2000s, he had some health issues, and he had to go back to the States and take care of that. And then he got back here just before the pandemic. I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to say scamdemic, but anyway, just before the pandemic, he got back here and he's been a missionary. Well, he's also involved with the group that translates Bible into all these different dialects. He helped develop an audio version of the Bible in Kapampangan. So Bong asked me, would I be interested in helping to network this app, promote it and help make people aware of it. And I'm a Christian, of course. If it'll help people, that can't get to church, but they want to hear the Bible. They may be at work, they may be doing things. There may be a trike driver that just put an earbud in and can listen to it. So yeah, I says, of course. And I says, can I get my pastor involved? And he says, yes, please. So I called my buddy, the pastor, and I says, hey, and I told him what was going on. And I says, would you like to join? He says, of course. So Saturday I had Bong and Chad, my friends and brothers. They drove up here from Metro Manila, and Pastor he came over, and the four of us sat down and we discussed this, and we went through the program. And since Pastor is a Kapampangan anyway, of course, he speaks Tagalog, he speaks English, of course. Um, he he and I came up with some ideas that could help strengthen the app and make it better. Not so much criticism, but building. You do positive reinforcement, and that you get more flies with honey, right, than you do with vinegar. So yeah, we sit down. We had that meeting. So once again, church things. So here's a couple of pictures of us at the here at the house, my hacienda. And all this time, I thought retirement was going to be boring. I need to go on a vacation. Yeah, I've been really busy. I can't vlog everything. I've tried to get you caught up on what's been going on a lot. But, a lot of personal things. And, nothing really that would coincide with journeys. The weather just really hasn't been great, but Jerry needs a vacation. So Jerry's going on a vacation. Uh, I'm taking a break from church work. Come Friday, the 15th, I am flying out of here. I am flying to Rojas City. Now, Rojas City is on Panay Island. It's about halfway between Boracay, which shown that many times, and Iloilo. You can find both of those on the map. Rojas City is about halfway in between. It's right on the beach. Cool. Love the beach. Life's a beach, right? How many times have I said that? Too many. So an acquaintance of mine, I won't call him a friend, but he's another YouTuber. He's an acquaintance. He's been here to Pampanga twice. First time, I didn't even know he was coming. And I messaged him and says, "Oh man, I wish you'd told me that you were going to be here. I could have met you, and we could have had coffee or something." And well, it was a hurried trip for him. But the second time he came up was right after my surgery, so I was kind of still laid up and wasn't able to get around very good. And he met with my friend Daryl. You've seen his picture before. They did simultaneous videos with each other. Now, Daryl's another YouTuber, of course. X_pensive Expat. Okay, so there you go. And Michael, his is That Philippine Life. I'll put those in the description too. Now he's got a resto bar in Rojas City, and he's had the bar for a little over a year. In fact, he just celebrated his 1 year anniversary of opening the bar here, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I wasn't in a position to go down there then, but he let me know that he's got some renovations he's going to do, some upgrades, things like that. And I thought, I need a vacation. I need to hit the beach. Sounds like a good plan. Now, I don't know if he and I will get the opportunity to do videos with each other. I may be busy. I don't know. I may be on the beach. I don't know. But I'm going down on the 15th. I will be coming back on the 26th. Yeah, 11 days. Fun in the sun, right? Hopefully the sun. Now, they don't get as much rain there as what I do here. So I'm going to kind of hope for that. But I'll get back on the 26th. And I think that's a Tuesday. And yeah, if Cebu Pacific will quit changing my flight times. I had everything all booked, and then I get an email saying, "Oh, your departure time from Manila." Yeah, Manila. I got to fly out of Manila. There's nothing out of Clark here that goes there. So Yeah, I've got to take a Grab. Well, it's like an Uber from my house to SM City Clark, which is in Clark. It's a big SM mall, and there's a Genesis bus. That's the name of the bus, and it goes right to Terminal 3 at Naiya in Manila. That's Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Naiya is what we call it. They've got three terminals. Actually, I think they're building a fourth. Um, but Genesis bus goes straight to the Terminal 3, and that's where I'll be flying out of, flying back into. So they changed my flight time. Yay, moved it up 2 hours. Oh, good job. Now I got to coordinate everything again. I had it coordinated for pickup and everything. Now I had to move all that around. I don't know why Cebu Pacific decided to move the time up. Actually, I think it was only an hour, but still, I mean that's enough to change things. And from what I understand, Rojas City Airport is pretty tiny. It's probably not much bigger than Dumaguete's. I don't think I showed Dumaguete back in February of last year when Christine and I were on our honeymoon and we were leaving Dumaguete. So anyway, it's supposedly a small airport, and I don't think there's a lot of places to hang out. So I wanted to make sure that I was picked up on time. I really don't want to spend like 3 or 4 hours there. So I had plans to come back in the afternoon on the 26th. Yesterday, I get an email from trip.com saying, hey, your flight on the return has been changed. The Filipino expression, "Hay nako." That means I can't believe this. Anyway, it got changed. It got moved forward. Well, it should, because it's probably the same airplane that I'll be flying back and forth on, right? And in fact, the flight number is only one off. I think it's 5J357 going down and 5J358 coming back. So, but that will get me home earlier than what I had planned. By the time I take a 2 hour bus ride, well, I got to catch the bus, and I think it leaves on the hour. And so I may catch the first bus when I get off the plane. I might have to wait an hour and a half. I don't know. It depends on how fast I get off the airplane, get out of Terminal 3, find the Genesis terminal, and et cetera, et cetera. But 2 hour bus ride back to SM City Clark, and then another Grab back home. So it's about 400 for each Grab ride, and then it's 400 for the Genesis ride. Yeah, it's another 1,600 pesos. So, but it is what it is. The flight itself, it was not as cheap as what I'd thought, but going through trip.com, I was able to get a little bit reduced airfare than if I just booked it straight from Cebu Pacific. Then after I paid for the flight, I get a message from Agoda. Some call it Agoda, but it's Agoda. And they got airfares that are even cheaper. And I'm going, great. Live and learn. So, I'm not a traveler like my friend Daryl is. He does a lot of traveling. I'm still learning this traveling thing. So I'll get better at these journeys. I know he wanted to go and do a road trip this month, and we were planning on that. And then I found out about the deal in Rojas. So, sorry, Daryl. We'll make it next month. What's next month? Oh, birthday. No, I'm not having any more birthdays. But maybe we'll go do something for my birthday and take a road trip. I know he wants to go some places here on Luzon, and he told me, "Hey, if you drive, I'll you drive, I'll supply the gas." I said, cool. Who could pass that up, right? So maybe in September we'll get a chance to do that. You listening, Daryl? September, bud. All right, I'll text you on that. Yeah, like I said, I need a vacation. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see if I get any video footage. I really like to take my drone, but I don't have room. I'm just taking a backpack and my man purse. I didn't want to pay for extra baggage and stuff. I could have taken my small suitcase, but Lord only knows if that'll get lost or whatever. And it's just better. I can do laundry while I'm there, because I can only put so many pairs of shirts and pants and shorts and things like that, socks and whatever else. I can only put so much in my backpack. So, yeah, hopefully it's not going to be an expensive trip, but we'll see. All of this costs money, and I'm on a fixed budget. So, we'll see how it turns out. So, stay tuned, and we'll see if I can't get something to you. All right. Love you all. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next one.